Listen to that. Oh yes, that is cool. Oh no, it's a red light. So we can see the hood ornament. I like the fact that they've made it so that the accessories that you have on the outside of the truck change the way the cab is. So if you have the indicator stalks, they show up on the bonnet, and if you have the sun, not the sun, the bug deflector, that shows up as well. Because some mods don't do that. Like if you have a nosed truck and you put things on the bonnet, it doesn't really show in the interior. I like that they've programmed that in. It all looks to be a very good quality mod. So we get on the Autobahn. Oh yeah. Don't know if it is the Autobahn because it's in Holland, but Dutch barn. Oh, there's the Renault coming. Better just sit here and let him go past. There you are, mate. You just be an ignorant person and not let me out. Oh, what the hell? I thought he was letting me out. That guy was just like stopped there, and then he pulled out. Damn you! He realised that I'm a fake American driving this truck. So it's really stressing the engine out. You can hear it. I definitely prefer the 13-speed gearbox. The 10-speed last time, we were like above these revs doing 56, so the cruising speed was really loud. 56 was about here in 10th gear, so I was just like driving along, and then when I need to go up a hill, I was like this I've still got another 3 gears, so hopefully this won't be as loud at cruising speed. Let this guy out. The AI actually did something. Wow. Usually I just sit there, even though you've let them out. Oh no. He's letting it down now by undertaking me. I thought you were good, AI. God damn it. So usually you just sit there, even though you've clearly let them out, and just flash their lights at you. As in like, after you, you've just stopped and wasted like 4 litres of fuel, but after you, anyway, I wasn't pulling out. What must have thought? What made you thought I was pulling out? I was just indicating. Oh, that's much better. So we're at 55 now, in top gear. No wait, it's not exactly quiet, but it is better. It's really struggling to get above like 55 though. Oh, another thing in the cab. If you look carefully, below the windscreen wiper, in my half of the windscreen, there's a little fly, and from time to time it will fly up and like buzz around the windscreen, which I think is so cool. It's my little mascot or companion. It's Monsieur Fly. He's going back to France. Things like that make Euro Truck a lot better, I think. I mean, the more realism you can have in this sort of game, the better. So like now, I wish I could have a clutch and a proper H shifter. Well, I do have a H shifter, but I wish I could have a proper clutch to play Euro Truck with, so I can do a fully manual gearbox. Whereas now, I'm just like flicking a button to change gear. I think it would be so much more immersive if I had a clutch, so then I could use the H shifter for what it's meant for. Only problem is, to get a clutch, you have to spend at least like £200 on a G27, Logitech G27, which is a really nice wheel. So I'm thinking of saving up. Seriously thinking about saving up for one. So So then you get proper 3 pedals underneath in aluminium. You get a leather wrapped wheel, which mine is like this. I don't know how you would describe it. It's sort of rubber, but it's not rubber, and it's not plastic either. It feels quite nice though. But you get a proper leather wheel, and then the inside of the rim is aluminium. Then you've got aluminium shifter paddles, and then you get a separate unit which has got a H shifter in it and buttons from the PS3 remote. So instead of having them on the steering wheel, you can have them like beside you. So I suppose it would be more like a dashboard to have a G27 and then stick the H shifter. Even though I don't need it, I can still have the unit there, so then I can like operate the wipers without like just touching a thing on the steering wheel. That would make it more realistic as well. But I can only dream that one day I'll own a G27 and I can play Euro Truck in 1080p on ultra settings. It's pretty good now. It's running on medium graphics. That's about all the laptop will cope with. If I go any higher in the graphics setting, the frame rate isn't. It's not really worth playing, to be honest. The frame rate you get. But anyway, less about me and more about the glorious truck we're driving. So, as we're cruising down the motorway here, Monsieur Fly is flying around the screen. I changed it up to 12, and get out my piece of paper holding information about why the Peterbilt 389 is called the 389. So, a little bit of a history lesson here for anyone who isn't familiar with the Peterbilt history and how this truck came to be, really. So, it all started in 1987 when Peterbilt launched its most legendary truck, the 379. The 379 looks like this. I'm going to overlay something there. If I don't, it will look really weird. But anyway, the 379 looks quite similar to the 389. And that ran in production from 1987 to 2005. Due to like reasons that they had to update it and stuff, they brought out the 389 in 2006 at the Mid-America Trucking Show, apparently. Oh god, we've got a crash here. We'll pause the history lesson and focus on actually. I'm just gonna go on this lane. I'm not waiting for these coaches because they're just gonna sit there and crash into each other like eternity. And I'm just gonna take the. Oh, I think I'm gonna hit that guy. Oh no, I've hit the wall. Sorry, Scania driver, I'm gonna have to hit you. Anyway, we got past the AI. I'm just gonna wait until we're back up to cruising speed, because otherwise you literally won't hear me. This is just, it's so loud getting up to speed. It's just ridiculous. Take a drink actually. All this speaking's making me rather dry mouth. Orange juice. So anyway, where was I? The 389 was introduced at the 2006 Mid-America Trucking Show, and it was like a replacement or an update to the 379. So they look quite similar, and the insides are quite similar. You can get all the same options from the 379 and the 389. And basically, they changed a few aerodynamics. They changed the headlights to make it look more modern. They made it a bit more efficient, which is unlike Americans, but so the 389 is mainly produced and sold in America, but you can get it imported from any country. In fact, it's internationally sold. So what many Australian truck drivers do is they import a normal Peterbilt like this, left-hand drive, and then they get it professionally converted to right-hand drive. So replace the dashboard and everything. So in theory you could have this in Britain. I wouldn't really want to, but it would just be horrible to drive on UK roads. Everyone would just have road rage, and you have to speed limit it, and you have to be Euro 5 compliable. Oh yes, we like low emissions in the UK. So you couldn't go anywhere near London, because they would just like arrest you for emissions. Look at the smoke this thing's kicking out. It's burning the ozone! Oh my god! I am solely responsible for the end of the world by just driving this truck from Amsterdam to Dover. It's actually quite quiet when you're cruising. I have to say it's behaving a lot better than the first time I did this, because, as I said again, I only had 10 gears. And I did make a criticism that it feels a bit unrefined and untamed, if you like. But now with the 13-speed gearbox, I probably would take those words back, because it seems to be handling the road quite well. We're definitely using less fuel because we're at a lower rev point while we're cruising, so that's definitely going to reduce the emissions. So David Cameron will be pleased with me. He'll be proud of me that I'm sort of destroying the planet while saving it. So back to Peterbilt. The way Peterbilt works is they have like two model ranges. They have the 389, which is like their flagship truck and the classic legendary shape and everything. But then on the other side of that, for the same money, I think you can get like an aerodynamic version of a Peterbilt truck, which is obviously a lot better for the environment, and it's a lot nicer to cruise around in. But I don't think it's as nice to look at as this. 'Cause this just looks amazing. It's badass. You can buy them as well, as I have overlaid now. Accelerating again. So I chose this route because of all these nice twisty A roads. It's a really good test for trucks because you've got lots of corners, you've got quite a bit of uphill and downhill and everything. So it really tests the versatility of the truck. So it could be a route that I might do quite often in mod videos, just to test how trucks handle. This is quite a good thing because you got motorway, which was just before me. We've got A roads like this. We've got twisty A roads. We've got fairly straight A roads. Then we've got the channel tunnel, which, if you don't have a fairly manoeuvrable truck, is a problem. Or even the ferry, that's quite a big problem. Like with the ramps, if you've got a really low truck, it will scuff the truck on the ramp as you go down it. Oh, don't pull out on me. What are you doing? Yeah, that's right. Get some of that horn. That horn. That horn. Oh yes. Why am I indicating? Oh no, the sun's in the dials. I can't see the dials and the sunlight is on them. Or maybe I can see them if I sit on the dashboard. Double change up, just to save some more fuel, I suppose. So, what do I think of this truck? Well, I think it's very nicely done. It's very detailed. The only thing I would say on the exterior is that when you get it in the shade, in like a black colour, the exterior is so reflective that it just looks white. I understand that it's hard to get the balance between completely matte finish trucks, which I see quite often, and over reflective trucks, which spoil the look either way. Some people can get it right, some people can't. It's quite difficult to do, I think. That's the only thing that really lets it down on the outside. And I think, to be honest, the chrome could be a bit shinier. I mean, it's meant to be like a shiny American chrome truck. At the moment, it just looks like it's been set out in the weather for a couple of years, and no one's really paid attention to it. And it looks like it needs polishing, to be honest. Interior, I'm very happy with. I could easily spend the rest of my life in here as an American truck driver, which is obviously why Peterbilt have kept this frankly out of date truck in their model lineup, because it's so popular. I mean, it's like Scania keeping like their 143M in production and still selling it in the UK because it's popular and because it looks nice. And that could be debatable, I don't know, but over the railway track. Blast off, gaining literally 2 miles an hour per second. Not even that. It makes so much noise. It's just like, hello, you're only doing 37. Why are you doing this? Come on, let's go. Oh my god, that is loud. Right, so we're back up to cruising speed. It's just so odd because I'm gonna overtake. Come on, stability truck. Ah! This is where you need stability. That's it. I can cruise at a sensible speed. If I can get back up to the speed I wanted to cruise at. I'm going to cruise at 48 because it's just a weird number. Lovely. Marvellous. Actually, it might be a bit too fast for these roads, to be honest. The corners, some of them are quite sharp. We did test out the stability back there. It's fairly stable. As stable as most trucks, to be honest. I mean, depending on which load you're taking, it really differs. I mean, I've got 40 tons on the back here, so I wouldn't expect it to be that stable. They behave quite well in the situation. Oh no, Mr. Fly. He's like, why are you braking so hard? Accelerate, you stupid retard. So this interior then, I think the only thing I would say is that I personally, if I was going to buy this truck in real life, I wouldn't have the wood. I mean, I know it's like a traditional thing, and it's brings a lot of naturalness to the interior. But it is it's a bit orange and it's a bit tacky, to be honest. So I would like to see, when the developers update this truck, the option to have either wood inserts in the interior, or for instance something like piano black, which is like a gloss black, which I think would look really nice. That's how I would have my Peterbilt truck. I would have a gloss black dashboard, I keep the steering wheel. That's about it really. I quite like the rest of it. It's just that the wood stands out so much, it's like really loud in your face. Don't know if that's the case in real life, but it certainly seems like it here. I don't know, we're stuck behind another truck. I can't overtake here because it's quite risky. So that's the only thing I would change.